wavy artists, it's Mrs. Smith coming to you from my house. Today we're going to do a little lesson on rubbing and copying. So this is the example that I made yesterday. So we're going to start with a piece of paper. What you need is crayons and a piece of paper, and that's it. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with a piece of paper. I have a rectangle piece of paper, but we need to start with a square piece of paper. So to make this into a square, we're going to take one corner and we're going to fold it across so that it gets even with the top or the bottom of the paper to create a triangle. Okay. Now, after you have that triangle, you want to cut off this end. Oh, I guess it would have been good to tell you need scissors today, just for this 2 seconds of cutting. Sorry, guys. Okay, so this little piece goes in the recycling. Okay, so now we have a square piece of paper. What we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half to make a rectangle. Make sure that side is really crisp. Then we're going to open it back up and make another rectangle the other way so that when we open our paper back up, we have 4 squares, okay? And we're working with crayons today. So I'm going to start with my black crayon. And I'm going to work in one corner to start, okay? And you're just designing this one corner any way you want. You can do any shapes you want, any designs, whatever you want. They can be connecting or they can be not connecting. So like this one, if you look with just one corner, what I did was I started with a heart, and I did some swirls and some triangles and some circles. I just did whatever shapes I was feeling like. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to start with a diamond shape coming out of that corner. And then I'm going to do a triangle here, and maybe I'm going to do some small triangles to make a pattern. And this is just going to make a little pattern. And I'm just drawing with my black crayon. You can use any color you want, but it needs to be a darker color. Okay. And you want to make sure you don't cross those lines. You want to stay in just that corner. Maybe I'm going to do a circle here. And a circle here, and maybe, let's see, maybe I want to do a rectangle here, and I'm gonna do some skinny rectangles, and maybe some small circles. Okay, and then maybe in this corner I'm going to do another triangle, but I'm going to divide it up. Okay, now in this rectangle that I made, I think I'm going to make some ovals. Okay, and then I'm going to fill in this little space. So now that I've got my design without coloring, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold my paper once. And I'm going to take, you could use your finger, I'm going to use the end of my scissors. And I'm going to press really hard and rub my paper. And this is going to create a rubbing on the other side of your paper. So if I open it a little bit, you can kind of see where my picture is rubbing through. Okay. So I've got the basic thing rubbed through. Now I'm going to take my crayon and I'm going to go over my rubbed image. And this is making a symmetrical design. So it's copying the design from here and putting it over here. So now these 2 blocks are the same. So I'm gonna go over this design. And you could do this anyway. You could do letters, you could do numbers, you could just keep it simple with shapes like I did, however you want. And if there is a piece that didn't copy all the way, you can fold your paper again and rub it some more. Okay, so now I've got that copied. It's not exactly the same, but it's pretty close. Okay, and now I'm going to fold my paper again. This time, I'm going to fold it this way so that I'm folding these two onto the white pieces. And I'm going to rub again. And this is going to rub them onto this side. Now, you can always open it and check it. See where you need to rub some more. Now this is why I said you need to start with a dark color, because this is helping you rub over. If you did this in a light color, it would be harder to see. Okay, and if you see that it's not rubbing very well, maybe you need to go over it with a little bit darker. So that rubbed pretty well. I can kind of see where my lines are. So I'm going to go over them with my black crayon. And then after you have everything gone over and you have your design in all 4 blocks, okay, what you can do is you can go through and color them. Now, because this is a symmetrical design, we want all 4 blocks to look somewhat similar. They don't have to be perfect, but you want to use the same colors in the same blocks. So if you have, say, these circles up here, you want them red in all 4 of your blocks. Okay, so just remember that when you go to color it, that you want to keep the same colors. Okay, now because we're working in crayon, we can't erase. So, but if you mess up, it's no big deal. I would just keep on going and make the best of it. Okay, we're not going for perfect here. We're just going for the best that you can do. This is kind of a neat rubbing project that you could do with a lot of different things. You could even draw an animal and rub it 4 times. All kinds of stuff. Okay. I'm almost done with my 4 pieces. So there we go. I've got my design, and it is on here 4 times. So there is my finished artwork. I decided to color this one with all cool colors. So I used blues, greens, and purples, and I created patterns in each of the blocks, and they're the same in each block. So this one is all turquoise with green dots all the way around, and different ones. Now I could go back and color the background if I wanted, but this one I kind of wanted to leave white. This one, if you'll notice, I did color the background. So it's up to you how you want to do it. Go ahead and share your artwork with me on Twitter, on Eagleview Elementary, or EV Organized Art. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.